Hey friends, I'm so happy to have you join me. So one of my goals for 2025 is to have more videos for you because I just want to hang out and I want to chit chat. But it's so hard because I do have 4 kids and 2 dogs and 12 chickens and this business that I'm running and homeschooling my kids and sports and all the other things. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to do it. And if my kids interrupt, they interrupt. And if the dogs bark, the dogs bark. And while I did my hair and makeup today, sometimes I might not. And so that it's just okay because I live a real life. That's all there is to it, right? I'm no different than you that I'm just living life, right? And so if my kids interrupt or my dogs interrupt or I look like a hot mess, that's just life and that's just how it is. So I figured it doesn't have to be perfect to be able to hang out. So talking about not being perfect is I want to talk about jumping into the new year halfway through our school year, right? And how to make it as successful as possible because this is when we hit that big homeschool slump. And this is when it's so hard to get back into the swing of things. And so I want to give you some of my tips of what I do to try to be successful going into January and going into that second half of our school year, and just what I do to try to not hit that slump so hard. Because I've been totally defeated by it some years to where I've just given up on some things and I'm just like, whatever, we're just not going to finish this, or we're just not going to live up to the potential that it could be, because that's my goal, is to just try to live up to a higher potential, not to be perfect, but to just do a little bit better than I possibly, than I have other times. And so just kind of hitting those small attainable goals. So these are some things that I do to do that. So the first thing is I make a plan, and I have my best homeschool life planner. This is like, I can't live without this, guys. I need this in my life to make sure that I'm organized. For years and years and years, even when I made this, I didn't even use this for the first handful of years after I made it, because I made this, I don't know, 6-7 years ago. It's been a while now. I'm sure I could look at the copyright date. But I didn't have to plan so much because I'm really good at keeping plans in my head. But now I have too many kids who are involved in too many things, and I have my own things that I'm involved in, to where if I don't make a plan anymore, it doesn't get done. I will simply forget to do it. So I make sure I put everything in here. I'll go to some blank pages here for you. So I put my Monday through Sunday all in here. Goals, if there's little goals that I want for myself, I make sure to put that there. Reading log, this can be your kids' reading log, this can be your own reading log, whatever you want to do. There's spots here so you can go back and reflect on what books you guys have gone through throughout the year. There are monthly pages. I should have bookmarked these so you guys don't have to wait for me to flip through it. There are monthly pages to go through so that if you want to write down any of your appointments or anything like that, you can get your monthly pages there. Super cute honeycomb. On the side here, there's a place to write down field trips and appointments as well, to make sure you're not forgetting those. Maybe write it in a different color, and then to find those on the different dates. And it's all undated so that you can use this year after year. It's a digital download, so you can use it year after year and put in the dates yourself, because obviously the first is not always on the same day every year. So you guys have the freedom to do that. There's a morning basket planning page, so if you are wanting to do themes throughout the month, you can plan those themes on this morning basket planning page. There are blank pages. If you want to keep grades, whatever it is, you can label it yourself. Maybe it's a list. Maybe, I know I've put here like Bible verses that I've wanted to reflect on, anything you want in these blank pages. And then there's also, this is my lifesaver right here, for meal planning, that I can put my list and I can put what meals we're gonna have on the different days. Because I've had to start planning lunches. That's something I've never done before. But I realized my kids were eating junk food all the time because I didn't have a good plan for lunches. So I've had to start planning lunches and dinners and trying to improve there. So that's one of my little things, right? My little things moving into the new year that I'm trying to do, just to have better success in my own home. Something else I do is we usually break things up in the middle of the year. So especially our history, we will be starting a new history unit in January. And so that's always fun and exciting to have new books on the bookshelf and to just have different content. It is kind of a continuation for us because in our house, we're just continuing along with American history. And so while it's new, it is along that same timeline, but it's a new chunk of history and new books coming in the mail, which makes it exciting for me because you know how much I love books, but it's also super exciting for my kids to see these books and to start flipping through them. Something else that we do in our home is our writing membership, and that's new every single month, which is great. I'm all about bringing new, fresh things into your homeschool. I'm really big on that because I have ADHD. Most of my kids have ADHD. So if we're doing the same thing all the time, we get super duper bored and we lose focus. And so having new stuff makes it exciting and it makes us want to stick with it. And so our writing membership is opening back up on January 6th. Yay, super exciting. So it's open for just a couple of weeks. If you want to join us January through the rest of the school year, you're going to want to get in on this because it's going to be closed after that. But just some fun stuff we're going to be doing with that is we're going to be learning about Kate Messner in January. And this is our main book, Over and Under the Snow. We're going to be learning about Brian Floca, I think it's Floca, in February. And the main book is Locomotive. This is found in like 2 of our other units. I absolutely love his books. We also have Barb Rosenstock. We're going to be doing her books in March. Mornings with Monet will be our main book. And then we're going to do Jason Chin in April. The main book will be Redwoods. And we've also used a bunch of his stuff, especially in our National Parks unit. So those are the main books and main authors. So if you're like, what the heck is this writing membership? I will put the link for you down in the description. But it's a new writing project every single month that your kiddos can do. There will be new brainstorming techniques. There will be new different types of writing assignments and books. And we're always basing stuff off of these authors or illustrators. So it's either inspiration from this like particular book or inspiration from what they do when they write or inspiration based off of their illustrations, whatever it is. And we use that as our jumping off point. And so every single month it's a brand new lesson, a brand new author or illustrator, all kinds of fun stuff so that your kids can just be more confident in their writing. Because I had a couple kids who hated writing. And so I thought, how can I make this fun? And so we came up with the writing membership. So those are the couple of things that I am doing. So I'm making sure I have a plan. We are doing a brand new history unit to keep things nice and fresh. And we are continuing on with our writing and keeping that something so that it's brand new every single month. And so it makes it super fun. So I have found just with these couple of things, and my erasable pens. Can't forget these, guys. Friction pens, if you don't have them, get them. I love them. I love them. That's all I use inside of my planner. I used to like color code, especially since there's so many different colors. Here's all my like notes. This is something that has nothing to do with school, but was like for like an advertisement I was doing. I had all of my school stuff in green and I said I'll do this in a different color and make sure that I know what it is. But especially when I was planning for multiple kids inside of my own planner, I would color code things to make sure I knew what they were doing. Now I pretty much only plan for one kiddo in my own planner, and then we have a student planner as well. And that's where I put all of my big kids stuff is in the student planner. And then I just keep notes, like if we're doing group school, I'll just write group school or something in my planner, and that makes it super easy. So I'm able to tell by theirs what we're doing together as a group. So it's really cool. I love these pens. They're almost out of ink. I need my new ones, but these have lasted like 2 years or something. And I think they're refillable even. So I need to check that out and find out how to get new ink for it. I love them. Supposedly don't put them in a hot car because they can erase. I've never had that happen to me. I don't know. Some people are like, you better watch out with those, but I've never had an issue. So I continue using them. On just about everything unless I'm mailing something. I make sure not to, just in case that's true, where it erases from the heat or whatever. But yeah, love these pens. They're on, if you go to my post about the planner that I'll have in the description, I have a link to those pens in there for you guys as well, because I love them. I don't know how to homeschool without them. So yeah, so that's it. If you have any suggestions, I'd love if you put them in the comments, because I would love to learn from you as well, because I am just a mom, just like you. So certainly if I have some tips, you probably have some tips that you can share too. So put those down in the comments, either for me to see or for all the world to see, so that we can all just go into this new second half, new year, but second half of our school year and be super successful. Talk to you guys later.